Welcome. I wanted to come here and talk a little bit, maybe give you a little bit of encouragement. Sometimes when I do these, even though it's generalized, it's also little messages for me. We all receive different things in different ways. Have you ever said something to someone and it's one of those, the advice is for you too? So if you feel called to this, yay. And if not, yay. Always follow your heart and not the opinions of others. We all have been going through some interesting expressions. We are heading towards the end of the timeline shift from 2024 to 2026, where it's the bridge. And a lot of things have changed. Beginnings have been created, transformed, evolved, and then disappeared. Or there was a glitch in the system. There was a day I had where I felt like something was shifting because my normal day to day, everything was different. And ever since that day, a lot of things have changed. And I am very grateful for all those changes because it's provided me a chance to do some introspection within myself and realize that I was giving a lot of my mental attention to things or situations or people that really did not have a good transaction to it. I wasn't focusing on what I absolutely needed to that would have benefited me properly. And I think with the 2024 and 2026 aspect of it, it's been a beautiful teacher because in 2024, I was going in it thinking, okay, yes, and I was holding on to my suitcases and this is what I'm moving forward with. Not realizing I was slowly emptying out those suitcases. One broke. I ended up having to get another one, added some stuff in it, then had to remove it, all metaphorically, of course. And now, since the beginning of May, really, a lot of things have changed. And it's been very liberating. It's been very grounding. It's been almost the perfect temperature of a cup of coffee. But it took a lot of peeling off layers of who I thought I was or who I needed to be or how I needed to hold space. A lot of the times I personally has gone to situations or whatever the case is, feeling an expectation and abiding to it. And I think part of the peeling off, the letting go, the emptying of the suitcases was a gift that my ego didn't see or wanted to see. I try and look at things from a very subjective perception because I know the ego has beautiful feelings and some of them are rough. And even though we don't mean to, we do have a judgment to it. And that could clog how our perception is. In the middle of last year, last July, I bought something for a friend. And after I hit purchase, I started getting really, really sad. And I couldn't understand why. Well, 10 months later, we ended up having a fallout. And that thing I purchased after our fallout, I felt like it was destroyed. And I felt like that vibration I had the previous summer was a foreshadowing of what was happening. We have all these experiences and all these expressions, but how authentic are we? Do we hold ourselves back to spare someone's feelings? Do we try to show up in ways that are not authentic to ourselves, but just to fit in? So in the next couple of months, we are really moving forward. Since September last year, we had an eclipse in Virgo at a new moon at the end of the degrees, I believe. Or was it a full moon? Anyways, we had 7 months of 28 degrees. I think it was full moons. And in hindsight, now anyways, looking back at it, it's like, wow, that was kind of endings, right? It was really, really a bunch of endings when it was new moons at the end of the degrees. From Virgo, Libra, all the way up to Aries. And now more's changing. So think back. What has been shifting for you? What has been showing up for you? What has been dissolving for you? Life is always happening for you, not to you. And if you are in a position where you feel like it's happening to you, I encourage you to sit back, breathe, meditate, and try to step out of the victim mentality. Because it's not even about that. Sometimes God, Spirit, Source needs to take away our toy in order to give us something better. So I invite you today to look at the world a little bit different. Upside down on your couch, if you would. See a different perspective. How is everything happening around you happening for you? How can you look at your lens and shift it where there's a prism of beautiful colors that is highlighting and uplifting something that you and your soul have been really wanting to experience? Our mind could be our own prison, and what we hyper focus on will grow. So if we hyper focus on that situation that wasn't good for us, that is where our perception will grow. So how do you want your perception to grow? What do you want to do with this time moving forward? How do you want to start the beginning of this new chapter for you? I wish you nothing but the best. And until then, stay in your light.